Did you know you might be doing way better financially than you think? While everyone's obsessed with showing off wealth on social media, the real signs of financial health are completely different from what you see online. If you're not flashing luxury cars or expensive watches, but you've been building your wealth quietly, that's already a powerful indicator. Today, I'm going to reveal the 7 secret signs that prove you're on the right track to financial freedom. Stay until the end because the last sign will surprise you. And if you identify with at least 4 of these signs, you're way ahead of most people. But before we start, I want you to reflect with me. How many times have you felt insecure about your financial situation? How many times have you looked at your bank statement and thought you weren't making progress? Today, you're going to discover that maybe you're being too hard on yourself. According to the Federal Reserve's latest report on American household financial well-being, only 73% of adults are doing okay or living comfortably financially. That means more than 1 in 4 Americans are struggling. But here's what's even more shocking. Only 46% of Americans have enough emergency savings to cover 3 months of expenses. And get this, nearly 1 in 4 Americans have no emergency savings at all. Now, if you're watching this video, you probably already have a different mindset than most people. And that's exactly what we're going to discover today. Sign number 1, you invest before you spend. While most people pay all their bills and then see if there's anything left to invest, you do the opposite. This is called paying yourself first. And you know why this is so powerful? Because it shows you understand a fundamental truth. Your future is more important than your immediate desires. The data shows that investment participation has been growing. But still, many Americans struggle to prioritize their financial future. If you're in the group that invests first, you're already ahead of millions of Americans who live paycheck to paycheck. And it doesn't have to be a lot of money, even if you invest just $50 or $100 per month. What matters is the mindset. You're building the most powerful habit for creating wealth, prioritizing your net worth over consumption. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine 2 people who earn $5,000 per month. The first pays all the bills, and if there's anything left, they invest. The second sets aside $500 right at the beginning of the month to invest and lives on the remaining $4,500. After 10 years, who do you think will have more wealth? The answer is obvious, but the difference is even bigger than you imagine. The second person will not only have more money invested, but will also have developed the discipline to live with less. That's pure gold in terms of financial mindset. Sign number 2, you have at least $10,000 saved for emergencies. In a country where 24% of Americans have no emergency savings whatsoever, having this minimum reserve already puts you in a privileged position. The ideal is 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. But even 10,000 is a solid start. This reserve isn't just about money. It's about psychological freedom. It's being able to sleep peacefully knowing that a flat tire or a medical visit won't destabilize your financial life. The Federal Reserve found that only 63% of adults would cover a $400 emergency expense with cash. Think about that. Nearly 4 out of 10 Americans can't handle a $400 surprise without going into debt. And here's a valuable tip. If you don't have this reserve yet, start today, even if it's just $100 per month. Peace of mind this creates is worth more than any luxury purchase. Sign number 3, you consistently hit your spending and savings goals. This means you master your budget like a conductor. According to recent research, Americans are getting better at financial control. But it's still a challenge for many. The Federal Reserve reported that 51% of adults spend less than their income, which is up from 48% in 2023. That might sound good, but it means nearly half of Americans are still spending everything they make or more. But attention, I'm not talking about being perfect. I'm talking about having awareness. You know exactly how much comes in, how much goes out, and where every penny goes. When you go over budget, it's not from lack of control, it's from a conscious decision. This ability for financial self-control is one of the biggest indicators of future success, because it shows you're not a slave to your impulses. You have the power of choice. Sign number 4, you live below your means. And I'm not talking about living miserably, but about strategic awareness. When your expenses are lower than your income, you gain something precious, space to breathe, invest, and make bold choices. You're not trapped in a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. But here's the secret. Living below your means doesn't mean living poorly. It means being smart with your choices. It's preferring a used car that gets you from point A to point B instead of a payment that consumes 30% of your income. This even impacts your retirement. By the 4% rule, every dollar saved today drastically reduces the amount needed to live off investments in the future. When you live below your means, you're not just saving money today, you're buying your future freedom. The Federal Reserve data shows that more Americans are spending less than they earn. But those who master this principle have a massive advantage. They have options. They have flexibility. They have power. Sign number 5, you keep loans and debt at manageable levels. In America, where household debt reached $18.20 trillion in the first quarter of 2025, being able to keep debt controlled is a significant victory. Having controlled debt means it doesn't compromise more than 30% of your income. It means you don't lose sleep thinking about how you're going to pay next month's bills. If you have debt, but it's within your planning and you can pay it on time, that's also a positive sign. It shows you use credit as a tool, not as a crutch. You understand the difference between good debt that builds wealth and bad debt that destroys it. The key is being intentional about debt. Every dollar you borrow should have a purpose and a payback plan. When debt serves your financial goals instead of controlling them, you're demonstrating financial maturity that most people never achieve. Sign number 6. You define success by your own metrics. Social comparison is pure poison for financial health. When you stop comparing yourself to others and focus on your own progress, everything changes. You don't feel bad because the neighbor bought a new car. You don't get anxious because a coworker traveled abroad. You understand that each person has their journey, their priorities, and their circumstances. This mindset is fundamental because it protects you from two dangerous traps: financial envy and status consumption. Both are deadly enemies of wealth building. When you define your own success metrics, you can celebrate small victories. The first $1,000 invested, the first month without using the credit card, the first complete emergency reserve. These milestones matter more than any external validation. The wealthy understand this principle. They measure progress by net worth growth, not by what they can show off. They know that true wealth is built quietly, consistently, and without fanfare. Sign number 7. Your net worth grows consistently over time. It doesn't need to be explosive growth. Gradual growth, like a river that extends its course, is enough. What matters is the direction, always upward. Net worth is simple. Everything you own minus everything you owe. If this number grows month after month, year after year, you're on the right track. Like Rome. Great fortunes aren't built in a day. They're constructed brick by brick, dollar by dollar, decision by decision. Start investing even modest amounts. Track your progress. Celebrate each step. The true luxury isn't in what you display, but in the tranquility of knowing you're building your financial freedom. Every month, your net worth grows. You're buying yourself more options, more security, and more peace of mind. If you identified with at least 4 of these signs, congratulations. You're way ahead of most Americans and on the right path to financial freedom. If you haven't gotten there yet, don't worry. Each of these signs can be developed with time and discipline. The important thing is to start today. Remember, financial success isn't about impressing others. It's about creating the life you want on your own terms. It's about having choices when others feel trapped. It's about sleeping well at night, knowing your future is secure. The 7 signs we covered today aren't just indicators. They're habits, they're mindsets, they're choices you make every single day. And the beautiful thing is, you can start developing any of them right now. Your financial journey is unique, your timeline is your own. But if you're watching this video, you're already thinking differently than most people. You're already on the path to financial freedom. Keep going. If this video helped you see your financial situation in a new light, make sure to subscribe to Frankie Finance for more insights on building wealth and achieving financial freedom. Like this video if it resonated with you. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And leave a comment telling me which of these 7 signs you identified with most. Your financial freedom journey starts with the next decision you make.